tuned in to the Andrew Lawton Show.
Sitting down at the Conservative Party of Canada Quebec City Convention with the Conservatives' Deputy Leader, Thornhill MP Melissa Lantsman. Melissa, good to talk to you.
Nice to see you.
Let's talk about the enthusiasm here, because oftentimes when a party's in opposition, there can be a bit of a pall over things. And in this particular case, it's a party that's lost the last 3 elections, but that's not the vibe that you're picking up in this room here.
Certainly not the vibe. And with thousands of delegates from across the country, every single riding represented in beautiful Quebec City, that doesn't hurt with nice weather. The vibe here is electric. People are excited. Look, it's not lost on you. The poll numbers look good, and that has an effect on people. It means that all of the work that all of these folks do every single day on the ground in their ridings is resonating, and the message that we've been on track with for a number of years, and particularly in the last year, is resonating with Canadians.
Do you think it's that the Conservative message under Pierre Poilievre has kind of shifted to one that's resonating with more Canadians, or do you think it's that the climate in Canada and the circumstances in Canada have changed to catch up with where Conservatives are?
Look, realistically, I think it's both. But we've got a leader who is non-stop every single day in a different corner of the country, oftentimes with his wife, who is often talked about as the not so secret weapon. But he's talking about what Canadians are actually talking about. And what we see is a prime minister who isn't. A prime minister who is off at the G20, an environment minister who would raise the carbon tax here and then run off to China. A bloc leader who's fighting for sovereignty in Europe somewhere. This is not where Canadians are at. And we finally have a leader that after a year in power is speaking to the very chaos in this country.
You're obviously an MP in the GTA in Thornhill, and I'm curious because you've obviously been on campaigns before, so you know the strategic aspect of this. You've done it better than a lot of MPs have because you've been on both sides of this, and I'm curious where you think the road to victory is, because in 2011, Stephen Harper won a majority by just cleaning house in the GTA, but not really breaking through in Quebec. And I know in 2021, we saw the Conservatives try to do both GTA and Quebec. Neither really worked. Like, where is that path? And you can't say all 338.
No, although that would be nice. Look, I think the coalition, it looks a little bit, the country looks different than when Stephen Harper was Prime Minister. By the way, a great Prime Minister. And that 2011 victory was like an outstanding victory for Conservatives, one that we didn't probably see coming until into the campaign. So shifts turn. So the tide turned within the campaign. I think this coalition looks different, and I think that no matter who you are, no matter what walk of life you're from, no matter if you came to this country 5 days ago, 5 years ago, 500 years ago, there is a spot for you in the Conservative Party. And because the country looks different, the coalition looks different. So Southwestern Ontario, the 905 certainly, the Greater Vancouver area, all of these are targets.
What is it that you would like to champion personally under a Conservative government? And I'm not asking you to pick your cabinet spot if you had one, but no, going in there, I mean, shouldn't do that. What are the issues that you really personally see yourself as being to bring outside of an opposition role and in a government role, if that's where the tide takes you?
Look, if the tide takes us there and we're lucky enough, and we're going to do the work every single day to try to get there. But there are so many things to fix in this country. Attracting investment back to this country is certainly one of them. Our role on the world stage, fixing our very broken bureaucracies, our services to Canadians, and getting back on track, on a fiscal track, a path to balance, and making life more affordable for Canadians. So there's no shortage of areas to fix, and no shortage of areas that will really have an impact on people's everyday lives that I'm interested in.
Melissa Lantsman, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to The Andrew Lawton Show. Support the program by donating to True North at www.tnc.news.